the scripture that always gets thrown out, I think, about friendship is in Proverbs about iron sharpening iron.
Yes.
And we can talk a lot about that. And I think that there's a lot to say. But I think it's important to note the fact that, too, is like nothing gives me more life and can inspire me the way like you can, like a healthy friendship, a good friend. And at the same time, a bad friend can really cause some freaking destruction.
Well, that's the thing is, I feel like iron sharpens iron is always talked about in a very positive light.
Yeah.
But it works both ways.
Right.
It can bring you down and it can take you up.
Yeah. And even that statement, like iron sharpens iron. It's not iron polishes iron, which means like kind of like where like I have the best relationships that I have as friends. Like these are not people that tell me what I want to hear all the time. They don't enable me all the time. They don't say, "Oh, Cory, yeah, that's your idea. Go ahead, do it.
Right.
That's what your flesh wants to do. Go do that."
Right.
Like those are the people that hold me accountable, whether it's my physical health, whether it's how I treat somebody, how I respond to my wife in a certain way, my commitment to being in a fellowship of believers.
Right.
So this idea of sharpening only happens through friction. And like friction causes like that can only happen if there are two things kind of rubbing against each other.
What is friction in a relationship?
I think it's honesty. I think it's you gave a face.
No, as in like that's really real.
Like it is. Like it's sitting across from somebody and talking to them and having me sharing something. Maybe it's a version of the story I said and like giving a little bit of a candy-coated version of it. And somebody like, nah, I'm not going to accept that. Not in those words, but like, I'm going to push you to really go deeper.
I think one thing that's really, really, really interesting about that iron sharpens iron. Okay. And I personally think that this is something that I've missed in certain relationships in my own life. And I would probably say other people miss in relationships if you're looking for something, right? Is the verse in what everybody is iron sharpens iron. Okay. And let's just keep in mind, right, that it is not a grindstone sharpens iron. Okay. Here's what I mean by this is iron sharpening iron is a two-way street.
That's good.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's not one thing acting on another thing. It's two things acting on each other.
Yeah.
Right? And so our relationship could be completely different. Just to like give an example of like, you know, you gave this story of seeing me be in the front row, worshiping, doing whatever. And you were like, that dude's got a vibe. Like, it's cool. Maybe I want to like,
I see myself in that.
Right. Like it would be cool to get to know him or whatever it was. Right. But there had to be a choice to actually do that. You could have had that thought and then we could have kept going to the same church for years and never developed a relationship. You know what I mean?